This is a test. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, everybody. I think this should be working. Welcome to the unit testing stream. Now, I've been waiting a lot for this, mainly because when I heard there's been like a beta, and I can change music and everything if it's too loud. I'm just chilling right now. But so there was a whole beta. When they first released the DLC, there was like a whole skew of issues with weapon strength and everything like that, and you couldn't really test effectively without getting those bugs out of the way. So now, test failed. We cannot hear you. Thanks, Aristo. All right. But what we're testing here is essentially, I'm mainly thinking about testing Silverin Guard. There's so much controversy, and now with the beta 1.9.2, all the weapon strength buffs and weird issues have been mostly fixed, from what I know. So we're going to test a bunch of units on Silverin Guard, see their results and how they do well with other units, and generally, but obviously, you can't take these tests into account like, oh, Silverin Guard beat Berserkers. That's actually the first thing I want to test, because people claim that Silverin Guard beat Berserkers as long as they get their charge defense off. So, I believe that's going to be our first test. Now, feel free to just type in the chat of anything you want to test. And let me just look at the stream real quick to make sure everything is working audio-wise. Alright, audio seems fine on my end. And let's get into the first test. I'll use the pit because it's very aesthetic. Now I'm using two mods here. One is the unit testing map mod, which is really great. It just gives a bunch of like 100 by 100, 200. You can just be variable with the kind of maps you choose. And the second map mod is that you can choose your lord as any of the units, so you don't have to have a lord flying in the distance to sort of test. And here, let's start our first test. All right, Norske Marauder Berserkers versus Silverin Guard. Now, I put them on the defenders because they will use their charge defense. And here we go. I hear a lot of this in the Discord, that they beat Berserkers now. And technically, the high melee defense and the high armor of the Silverin Guard should work really in favor of the Berserkers. But the Berserkers, now that the beta fixes the issue with their weapon strength and their frenzy and all that stuff, I really think should be able to beat them, since their frenzy and their berserk passive will be... Actually, the berserk passive always worked. It's the frenzy passive that will actually work now with their base weapon damage increase. Let's get them into a... This is the pit, by the way. I've done a unit stream before. I did it a long time ago with the... let's see here. It was like way back when Deathmaster, Snickich, and Malice Darkblade came out. I did a fun amount of unit tests there, but let's see. So, they have a smaller formation, but they should use their charge defense here effectively. They don't countercharge, right? Come on, AI. Yeah, they don't countercharge good. Now, looking at it from everything's okay so far, they'll start enveloping and getting to combat as thing goes on. They have the unit model advantage, so Silverin Guard versus Berserkers, let's speed it up. I'll put timestamps after the stream to make sure everything goes off, and my lord already died. But so far, it's taking forever. It's been almost, what, a minute of combat, and nothing has really happened between the two. Maybe 10%, 15% of their health gone. Yeah, Arista, I'm sure you would like to know who wins between a Grail Relique and Corpse Guard. Maybe I can do it at the end of the stream as a joke. It's taken a while. Holy cow. It's actually, they're trading really evenly. Okay, the Berserkers are getting their passive, though. Their third one where their melee attack just skyrockets. The 61 will definitely cut past the 42 right now. Unit winning slightly. Everything's going on right okay. You know, considering this is a spear unit, though, it's holding for over 3 minutes against a Berserker unit, pretty much made to sort of kill these type of units. It's so interesting for Silverin Guard, mainly because they're like the only armored spear unit in the game. And I think the Berserkers are going to win this just slightly. They have one Chevron. The Silverin Guard have only 22 models versus the 31 Marauder Berserkers. They're starting to rout, and I don't think they're going to win this. Is it by a big enough margin that you need required more testing? I don't think so. They have about maybe 15% health left versus a routing Silverin Guard. The Berserkers passive is going off again, and I believe the Silverin Guard will lose. It's been like 4 minutes, though, of holding. Like, applying that into like a battlefield sort of scenario, 4 minutes of Silverin Guard holding against Berserkers is actually really insane, if you ask me. This unit is literally meant for like buzzsawing them, right? Alright, so test 1, Berserkers versus Silverin Guard. Berserkers win, albeit lightly. Very barely, I would say. So, in terms of, what's it called? Myth busted, I suppose. That's the term. Next unit for Silverin Guard versus testing Silverin Guard. Where is it? It is the Chaos Warrior. Now, everything I'm going to be testing is going to be near the 800 mark. So units like normal Chaos Warriors. Now, I've heard from Papa Palpatine that he likes to chevron it up like 4 times into like maybe 1 silver chevron to beat Silverin Guard, but I want to test how standard Chaos Warriors would do, and if you should bring them in that particular matchup. So let's go test number 2. Warriors of Chaos versus Silverin Guard. Test Silverins versus all Chaos Warriors? Absolutely, I can do that. I'll test Sword and Shield first. Great weapons, halberds. All that sorts. But if you're those, hey, Rubber Duck of War, if you just missed it, Marauder Berserkers do indeed beat Silverin Guard. It is myth busted for that one. Albeit, it takes them 4 minutes, and they lose like 85% of their health, which is not great. Back in the pit. Let's get this here. Chaos Warriors, they have the armor. They have really good melee defense at 44, melee attack 36. They're 50 less than Silverin Guard, so they should be able to do just fine. Silverin Guard do use their AI, good thing. They use their charge defense versus all, so the 20 charge bonus on the Chaos Warriors will not be affected here. They're just going to sit there, take the charge like champs, and see who wins. Stat-wise, considering Chaos Warriors are like 50 less, it's actually like really good stats. Obviously, Chaos Warriors have good. They don't get their charge weapon strength bonus versus large bonus, obviously. And this is probably going to be a grind. I am going to speed it up. Silverin Guard hold for about 5 years. And I think another thing that's really important here in these tests is actually not really who wins necessarily, because it's a little expected who wins, but more so how long it takes to win. Because if it takes so long to win, then it's not very useful, if that makes sense. The armor of the Silverin Guard are just so good in this. As like the combination of armor, charge defense, anti-large, really high melee defense, and with the martial prowess is just so good. I think the Chaos Warriors are actually... they're winning for sure right now. They have 18 kills versus the 9, and they have less... Oh, they have less models in the Silverin for sure. Silverin Guard. This is surprisingly even. It's kind of... This is on triple fast forward, by the way. It's been 3 minutes of in-game time, and almost nothing has happened. So I'm going to sit back here, watch, take a sip of water as these warriors fight it to the death. Yeah, it's taken a bit for sure. You know, and the fact that the Silverin Guard are actually doing a pretty good fight back. They have no armor piercing, and they're doing really well against the Chaos Warriors here. 100 armor, no armor piercing for the Silverin Guard. Well, they have 10 base armor piercing, and they're dealing really well with the Chaos Warriors. Chaos Warriors have base 10 as well, so they have the same base, but Silverin Guard have less armor. It's been 6 minutes. I believe in them. The Chaos Warriors will win. The unit winning, yeah. You losing slightly. Unfortunately, by the time this happens, everything, like the entire rest of the Chaos roster is going to be dead because they're going to net you, sister you, dragon breath you with Star Dragon or something. Poor Chaos Warriors. All right, let it be known it takes like 7 minutes. Okay, not yet. It's now we hit the 7-minute mark. Silverin Guard, I believe in you. Let it be known that it takes about 7.5 minutes to beat Silverin Guard with Chaos Warriors. Oh my god. And they trade so, like, they were pretty much, like, at maybe 15-20%. They got a chevron out of it. That's going to take a while. So, now with Chaos Warriors with great weapons, that should be way better, mainly because they have armor piercing. This better be fast. So, I remember, Palpatine, you said you chevroned up your... What's it called? You chevroned up your Chaos Warriors up to, like, silver. Was it with normal Chaos Warriors or just great weapon Chaos Warriors? Because they just take so long. Fighting Silverin Guard with Lizardmen is depressing, yeah. Like, Saurus probably take 5 years to get past this thing. And then they net you, and they shoot you. And then Star Dragon comes. Also, War Lions are cool. Papa Palpatine invited me to play Warhammer. Do you have the mod? I don't think we can play together if we have mods, by the way. If we don't have the same mods currently. Chaos Warriors with great weapons versus Silverin Guard. I'm going to do a tighter formation here in the pit. Test number 3. Great weapon warriors versus Silverin. Alright, they're going to get their charge bonus off. The armor piercing is going to be very key in this since Silverin Guard have 75. And it won't be a wet noodle contest. It'll be a much stronger noodle versus a wet noodle contest. And just from the start of Silverin Guard are actually losing much faster. I think the most important time is looking at how long it takes to get past these Silverin Guard, because I think it's pretty standard to see these guys should win. They are 50 cost more than Silverin Guard, but they almost have everything needed to like counter. They have armor piercing, high armor, good melee attack. So once the Silverin Guard would get reduced to 50% HP and lose their martial prowess, it'll become a slaughter. But like, look how long they hold. Even it's been not quite 2 minutes yet. Okay, hits the 2 minutes. So the normal Chaos Warriors took 7 minutes to get cut past them. You did it with normal, Papa? Alright. Well, maybe this will tell you to bring the Chaos Warriors with great weapons, because 7 minutes for normal, and I'm not sure the exact time for chevroned up at normal, but right now it's 3 minutes, and they're about to kill him. They've lost their martial prowess. Their melee defense is at 42 now, and the Chaos Warriors should be winning this relatively soon. But they're so easily taken down by projectiles when that happens, of course. It's approaching 4 minutes. So you're spending 100 extra gold to save like 3 minutes of time killing Silverin Guard. And the real wet noodle contest. Where's Halberds? There they are. After Halberds, I think I'm going to test Saurus, which is going to be real sad. They don't have the armor piercing, but it's like the best. Well, maybe Red Crested Skinks might be the choice for that matchup. Well, you can test both Red Crested Skinks and Saurus, even though Red Crested are significantly cheaper. They have like almost everything they need. Halberds. We all kind of know, though, Halberds, Chaos Warrior Halberds is most definitely the worst form of Chaos Warriors. It's just, they're not great. Halberds in general, if they don't have immune to psychology, or they don't have the highest mass, they're not great. Alright, Halberds versus Silverin Guard. Cool guys. They both have charge defense against large. Oh wait, this one they have large. Only Halberds have large. Silverin Guard have everything, so they would probably get their charge first. Hey Red Legion, how's it going? I'm just doing some unit testing to see how Silverin Guard go against everybody. We just did Chaos Warriors, normal Chaos Warriors with great weapons, and now we're doing Halberded Chaos Warriors. It took 7 minutes for normal Chaos Warriors to get through, 4 for great weapons, and now we're testing halberds. Although I don't think there's really many situations you would take halberds against high elves. This is going to be a speedy up. But at least the halberds do have the armor piercing. This is more of an informational teaching stream. Not teaching, but it's more about information. Use it the information you would like in your actual matches. This is taking actually forever. It's been 2 minutes already. Chaos Warriors with halberds have lost a little bit. 19 kills, 10, but they do have more models on the Silverin Guard. I think this actually should be renamed the Silverin Guard test, although I kind of knew this was going to happen as the stream thumbnail was all about the Silverin Guard because they're the highly contested new kid on the block. The formation does make it so that less models are hitting each other at the moment, but after like just a little bit of fighting, they concave in. So if anything, it makes it slightly longer than it should be, but I think that's okay. We're mainly looking at the times and how much like damage it takes overall. I suppose it would make it slightly longer because after just a few seconds of fighting, they spread the entire unit's fighting mostly. So, my goodness. So if it took 7 minutes for normal Chaos Warriors, we're about to reach 5 minutes with halberds. I think this just further says don't bring halberds. Unsurprisingly. As that happens, I'm gonna just do the same stream. Check Discord while I'm at it. It has been 6 minutes. Chaos Warriors beat them in 7, so if halberds don't beat these guys in 7 minutes, there's actually no point in ringing them. My goodness, Silverin Guard are good. I wonder how they're going to nerf him. I think most people do say they are overperforming in general. Oh god, it's about to go reach 8 minutes. God, halberds. Halberds are about to, they're straight up, they traded 1 for 1 with Silverin Guard. Oh, if Chaos Warriors lose this. Oh, Chaos Warriors just lost this. They even have the armor piercing and they lost this. That is a little sad. Unit test. So, let's go review. Chaos Warriors, normal Chaos Warriors take 7 minutes. Chaos Warriors with great weapons take about 4 to beat Silverin. Halberds actually lost in the test, although I think it's a 50-50. If we go back to Norske, Berserkers do defeat Silverin Guard, although it takes quite a while. And let's test the Saurus. That's an interesting Lord selection. Alright, let's go to... let's be honest, you don't bring unshielded Saurus almost ever. They're the exact same cost. So this... the high weapon strength, they have high armor as well. It's just the low melee... The low melee attack of Saurus really hurt against Silverin Guard. Yeah, OMG. Chaos Warriors with halberds are just that bad. Oh god. Does that just mean Silverin Guard are too good or Chaos Warriors halberds are bad? A little both. Saurus Warriors, this is going to be a rough one for you guys. You're probably going to, your melee attack at 29 is going to be awful versus the melee defense of the Silverin Guard. Wow, it kind of changed time of day. Did you guys notice that? I just did. Let's go. Go, my warriors. They're going to get their charge defense. They're going to sit here, be the LV pointy boys they are. So none of that 16 charge bonus is going to affect itself. I should probably make this triple speed. You know, the bounce power is actually in Lizardman favor, but once that Steam notification goes away... You know? Combat even. Even though they have 54 melee defense versus the 29 melee attack. That's really pitiful, to be honest. Coming up against 3 to 5 Silverin Guard as Lizardmen, that is rough. They, like, literally, like, the punching power, obviously you probably bring Croxagore plus Saurus Warrior, but then you're extending so much, and then Archers can really tear you apart if you bring that combo. Silverin Guard, jeez. This is pretty even. They're the exact same cost, so they're trading... Actually, the Saurus Warriors have way more kills at 30 versus the 13, and Saurus Warriors do have less model count, though. But let's look at the time. It's approaching 4 minutes. At this point, the Great Weapon Warriors of Chaos should already kill the Silverin Guard. Well, we're approaching about 5 minutes now. Maybe they're faster than the normal Chaos Warriors, although normal Chaos Warriors are 50 cheaper, not 100. And Saurus Warriors beat them in about 5 minutes and 20-ish seconds. Surprisingly enough, considering how low the melee attack of the Saurus are. Because they miss so many hits. But then again, the martial prowess, them losing all that melee defense in a very quick succession, could be a play into it. Let's see, what should be next? What is another 800 costing unit? Well, I'll go from personal experience. Graveguard. They cost 50 more. They have the armor. And they have a bonus versus infantry. They should win this. And they have almost everything they need, except for the armor piercing. It is the wet noodle contests. For sure. Trying to push past Silverin Guard can be really rough. They have really high mass. There is a website out there that shows you like the mass values. I haven't had that tested yet. Come on, Graveguard, I believe in you. You're like my boys. These guys will die for me. All right. That 8 charge bonus versus the Silverin Guard's 4. Fortunately, completely negated. With the bonus versus infantry and the higher model count, I think Graveguard should win, and 50 more costs, but the problem is it just takes... Alright, so 1 minute has passed. This is going to be a little bit of snooze fest as I get my drink and watch. So how's everybody's day going? I saw you posted a video, Rubber Duck, War 1 with Vampire Coast, man, and I saw in the chat people shaming you for that. I don't think you are not playing them though. I believe in the replay, so that's okay. Everybody hates Vampire Coast. Poor Vampire Coast. Actually, no, they're so overpowered. I can't believe they actually buffed Vampire Coast in the last patch. I was just little. They made deck droppers cheaper and all that stuff, and I was like, why? The Chaos matchup was already so rough. Yeah, catch you later, Rubber Duck. Have a good one. Silverin Guard doing all right. Yeah. Another snooze fest for sure, 4 minutes. But then again, this is the nature of unit testing. It's never meant to be that. It's more for the benefits of me and the people that are interested in seeing what units happen, how unit matchups go. So it's Never said it was the most entertaining content. But I haven't posted a video in like 2 weeks, and I was like, man, I really should. And I've been meaning to do this anyway. They pay a good amount for crumbling. Silverin Guard. Oh, I see that you're playing your matches against... Let's see here. You're playing your matches against Darth Pendragon. Good luck with that, Palpatine. But I would say, yeah, Undead do pay a good amount, but it's... Corpse Cart as the vampire counts is so good. It increases their melee stats. And it has taken 53, so minus that by 40. It's taken about 6 minutes and 30 seconds for Graveguard to win. 72-37. Also, it's the universal fear that every single unit has that's just so insane. But they do beat Silverin Guard. It just takes about 6.5 minutes. So far, the testing has actually been pretty good in favor of Silverin Guard being okay. They're not like that great. It's just the fact that they hold for so long in combination with the rest of the roster being so powerful because of that. They have so much time. Who else should I test? Tomb Guard, I feel like it'll be almost the same result as Graveguard, except Tomb Guard have less armor. But in my opinion, you really shouldn't bring Tomb Guard that often in the High Elf TK matchup. Greenskins. I do, however, think Biggins are very common in a matchup like this. Where is Biggins? 800. Exact same cost, too. Let's see how this matchup goes. Blackguard Corsairs, dude, I can definitely test that after that. Blackguard Corsairs are like 50 less, if I remember. They're 750. They have bonus versus infantry. They are armored. But there is one thing about these unit tests that I cannot like simulate, and that is martial. It's not the prowess, but it's the Dark Elf version. Murderous Mastery or something like that. Murderous Prowess. That's not... Yeah, Prowess. There it is. So they will... when you do these tests, you do have to take into account that the Dark Elf passive will just never proc, ever. And same for the Wa, essentially. Let's go. Biggins are such massive boys. We're going to get the charge defense. Biggins going to come in. And there you go. I think Biggins should win this fight. Especially when the prowess wears off. 54, they have 38 melee attack, but that weapon strength is just massive. 42, they could probably kill a model in like just a few hits. Combat's actually kind of even right now. They've killed more, but Silverin do have more models as well. Oh, I do get a Wa. That's cool. So we do get to test it with a Wa going off. Now, I probably don't want to use the second Wa. Yeah, I'll just use one Wa for now. I thought Wa was always... So they make it so that you have less points needed for the less amount of units you have. That's interesting. Even with a Wa, like this is fairly even. There actually says winning slightly. They're about to lose their martial prowess though, and that might turn around the battle. When it's so even that the martial prowess actually matters quite a bit. I can definitely do another test without Wa. And considering how even this is, I think they'll lose without Wa. My goodness, I think Greenskins are going to lose this. Yeah, they are. 5 minutes and only for them to lose. I suppose the lower armor of the Biggins makes a huge play here. Let me adjust my mic just a little bit. Looking through Discord, I realized I'm streaming at the same time as Dom, which is unfortunate. But oh well. I can't believe Biggins are going to lose this. I really thought their weapon strength and melee attack would hold through. I guess a lot of their stats goes to their weapon, their charge bonus 27 and the HP pool. 8,100 versus the 6,000, yeah. Well, Greenskins actually lose that. I'll do another test without Wah, but we kind of know that they're going to win. Maybe 2 Wahs. Let's do the test over with 2 Wahs. Come on, Biggins. Let's get here. I think it's pretty normal for a Greenskin army to get 2 Wahs pulled off, so hopefully this one will be better. First wall coming in just about now. Unit starts losing decisively when the Wahs popped off. Interesting that I can get 2 Wahs with only 1 unit. Even after 2 Wahs, like, jeez. You know, the second Wah does make the difference. They're actually winning this fight. They're still winning after it. Even after losing martial prowess. Oh, I can use a 3rd Wah? That's ridiculous. Okay, that's just unrealistic. Their martial prowess has stopped. It will quite literally take like 3 Wahs for Biggins to beat a Silverin guard. And it might even be fair after that. I'm having issues on my phone actually watching my stream for some reason. Let me see. Are you guys having any issues watching? So Silverin Guard do lose after 2 Wahs. That was before martial prowess proccing. And it was just barely by that. The Biggins. So Biggins out of the way. They lose without Wah. They barely lose with 1 Wah. They win with 2 Wahs. Let's go to Black Ark Corsairs. They're the 750, right? No, they're actually 650. I was always thinking of the handbows. My bad. They're actually significantly... They have worse melee attack. They have better melee attack, better speed, slightly better armor, and they have a bonus versus infantry. Alright. Will the Druki win this one? There you go. Black Ark Corsairs versus Silverin Guard. Now the bonus versus infantry is quite nice for Black Ark. So considering these guys are a whole 150 costing less, this might be a really good trade for Dark Elves. Although they'll get shot up to pieces because they're Black Arks. And the leadership, actually, okay. Murderous Mastery will not proc here, or prowess. So you're not getting that part of their money being funded into them. But even so, they're doing really well considering they're so much cheaper. They're getting even on kills, but there's more models on the Silverin Guard, so I think Black Arks are probably going to end up losing this in the end. Everything seems okay on the stream. I think Black Arks are going to lose this. I think it's mainly due to the HP. They just don't have enough to hold long enough against the Silverin Guard. The 5,000 HP, the low HP of Dark Elves, just cannot hold up against the 6,000 and the holding power. Yeah, they're going to lose this. Unfortunate, unfortunate indeed. And it takes 5 minutes only to lose. But they are very trade cost effective. 150 less, taking out like 90% of a health. 85 is a good number. All right. Past that, I don't think you really don't bring Foot Squires into High Elves matchup, or in most matchups, to be honest. Lisman, we tested that. Norske, Vampire Counts, Warriors of Chaos being mostly the most important one. Tomb Kings, we could test. Tomb Guard, 750 less. Versus that, the Realm of Souls. I think this will be the last test for the Silverin Guard, and that'll be Tomb Guard. Maybe Longbeards, but no, you don't bring that. You don't bring Silverin Guard versus Longbeards ever, really. So yeah, this is going to be the last test against Silverin Guard, and that's going to be Tomb Guard versus Silverin Guard. Hey Ninja Penguin, how you doing? We're testing all the forces of essentially everybody versus your beautiful High Elves. Essentially, interestingly enough, okay, with all the weapon strength like bugs out of the way, pretty much everyone beats Silverin Guard in a one-on-one scenario. The problem is it takes at least, I would say on average, at least like 5 minutes to take them down. So, like, we're going to test Tomb Guard versus what's it called, Silverin Guard, and the only person I believe, I mean not the person, the only unit to beat Silverin Guard below 5 minutes has been Chaos Warriors with great weapons. Now, this is going to be testing, and that's going to go down for sure. Now, let me choose another. My mic is low? Oh, sorry about that. I'm going to choose another music track while we're waiting for these goddamn Tomb Guard to kill everything. This isn't 40K, you're right, Jaren. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I can make myself a little bit louder. There you go. And back to the music. This is Cooler's theme. A unit testing stream in 40K would just be like Marines slapping each other with chainsaws. How many minutes has it been? It's been 2 minutes. I definitely need to speed this up. So, well, the Tomb Guard beat the 7-minute rule. Normal Chaos Warriors literally took 7 minutes to take down Silverin Guard. It was like, and I think the Tomb Guard are going to lose. They cost 50 less, man. I think it's the armor differential. With Tomb Guard losing here, even without them losing, if Tomb Guard lose, I think that'll be the last testing for Silverin, and that will pretty much say, if you really want to kill Silverin Guard, Warriors of Chaos essentially have the best tool for this. Maybe Wildwood Rangers. That would be the one last test, but who brings them against, like, High Elves? Rest in peace, Tomb Guard. I'll always remember you guys. You're such a good infantry when I use you. Unfortunately, you lost to some pointy ears with spears. They're not even getting their bonus versus large against you, and you guys are losing. I guess, technically, the Realm of Souls is not proccing. It has its reach in 6 minutes, only to lose. The 6-minute mark will be reached. Yeah. When I go on my phone, my volume seems pretty high, Ninja Penguin. Oops, scrolled away for a second. But Tomb Guard are going to just... it's so close. I think the undead nature actually might sway this. Yeah, on my phone, my volume is really not that low. Yeah, Necrons and Tomb Kings. You want Space Tomb Kings? We've got that set 40k. And like, Papa Palpatine makes a really good point that it takes so little to sway the battle, and in the combination that Silverin Guard take literally 5 years to kill, you have so much time to just support the Silver Guard with one little thing and it'll win the combat against other infantry. And of course, they have dual purpose, right? They'll actually just straight up kill cavalry. They're like probably one of the best anti-cavalry units in the game, other than halberds, but halberds are usually too expensive, right? So they're very cost effective. Okay, unit testing for Silverin Guard, they are definitely overperforming, even though they're like, they just barely lose to most infantry around their cost. What other unit can we test? The new Arcane Phoenix, it has rebirth, it has the fire resistance, and it has this thing called Ember Storm, but really it's not too testable. So let's go with something else. Where is the other DLC, boys? Greenskins. Greenskins. Where you go? There you are. It's so weird for Greenskins to be all the way at the bottom. New unit, where are you? See, Stone Trolls is an awkward unit to test as well because they need the ITP aura. Rogue Idol testing. I think Rogue Idol will beat everything we test. Let's stick with High Elves. You know, White Lions did get a slight buff, but I don't think that is the hugest impact. More things, more things. Chariots, War Lions. There you go. War Lions, what I've always interested was War Lions actually lose. So I want to test the normal War Lions. Here you go. So War Lions are 825. And I think one of the best comparisons you generally make are hounds that have the bonus versus large that do get brought a lot. So it's Beast of Tashnar. I'm going to go by a 100 and 100. I'm going to switch teams so that they're the attacker, so they actually get a charge off. So we do have Beasts of Tashnar, which do have their bonus versus large versus War Lions. Imrik versus Kolek. Kolek? Well, actually, with the debuffs, Imrik will probably win. That Master of Dragons or something like that. Oh, this is very close. Let's just hope they charge me. You're charging, right? Yeah, let's get that charge off. Now, the high unit model of the... Oh my god, the Beast of Tashnar just lost like 20% of their health. Half their health in like literally seconds. What's the charge bonus? 40? Yeah, that's the white lines. My goodness. Well, that was a quick one. We all kind of knew that Beast of Tashnar would win. I mean, would lose, but I didn't realize they would lose by that much. Jesus Christ. Even with the bonus large from the... Well, they are infantry size as well, so the bonus versus infantry applies here. So I guess we kind of know that the Dire Pack and Beast of Tashnar will lose this. What is a good cavalry? Ooh, Empire Knights. Empire Knights, for sure. Where's Empire Knights? I don't think it would be uncommon at all for Empire Knights to screen against the War Lions in a High Elf versus Empire matchup. So let's make it a little bit longer. It's refreshing to have a unit test that in which the units die relatively quickly, isn't it? You like those War Lion kittens, even though you're a dog person? Well, I'm a cat person, so I always like these War Lions. I'm thinking of picking up High Elves, but I think I actually like the Druki better in terms of gameplay style. I had to bring it against a Vampire Count matchup. Someone else picked Vampire Counts against me, and I was like, really? Somebody else plays it? I picked Druki, and I just went with a huge blob and ended up winning. Empire Knights. Now, the charge bonus is going to be really important here. Oh my goodness, though. Like, they don't... So, I think it's a pretty normal situation that, like, hey, you have some handgunners in the background, or you've got huntsmen, and the War Lions are going to go for it, and the War Lions, you have Empire Knights to screen for your huntsmen. The War Lions charge in, and the Empire Knights charge in, and I think the War Lions trade, like, 1-for-1. That's actually really interesting to me. Yeah, definitely. War Lions are anti-hound as well, especially with their 82 speed. Like, we saw how fast they destroyed the Beast of Tashnar. At least this one's taking a little bit low. War Lions? They're actually going to lose this one. War Lions do lose to the Empire Knights. So... the Knights do what they're supposed to. They will effectively screen against War Lions. Past that... I don't think there's too many reasons to bring them against Lizardmen, actually. You want to bring War Lions to either screen against Hounds, or defend backlines, or push into backlines. There is a good choice here, though, with Skaven. The High Elf versus Skaven matchup is pretty rough, because Rat Ogres. Rat ogres mixed in with slaves and stuff like that. So in this case, the scenario would be like you're pushing with rangers in the front line to get to the weapons teams, and you push the war lines around. There's always rat ogres defending weapons teams. It's just how Skaven play. But can war lions beat them in a 1v1? God, the animation of rat ogres are so great. They're definitely going to countercharge as well, so this should be good. Ooh, war lions just took that charge. They took it badly. I guess it's because of the frenzy. It's interesting that war lions actually don't have any martial, but they're not elves, right? War lions do cost more than rat ogres, and they're losing right now. So in the scenario that like you get war lions into the back line and the rat ogres start fighting the war lions, the war lions are going to actually lose to the rat ogres, even though with their better stats. They don't get their bonus versus infantry. I think that's a huge thing. And they lose pretty badly, too. I think that's the biggest problem for High Elves. They just cannot get into the backline of the Skaven, so Warlines do not help that matchup, unfortunately. Bretonia would probably be using Knights Errant or Knights of the Realm to defend. Knights of the Realm will win for sure. But let's say Bretonian go cheap, and they try to defend their Archer backline with Knights Errant. Generally, I would say Bretonia goes a much wider when going against Elven factions, since that's one of their best matchups. But Knights Errant do have a bonus versus large. HP per model, 4,000 HP total on these guys. Knights Errant actually have more, but... Oh, Knights Errant don't have bonus versus large. I always thought they did. So you're defending your back line against the... because they're going to push your peasant archers. Will the war lines trade effectively? Or will the Knights Errant trade effectively, and will lions just beat them? Oh goodness, they're actually being really cost-effective against war lions. I think it's the leadership that's going to buckle for the Knights Errant first, though. You know, considering war lions are 125 less, Knights Errant, this is like really bad for war lions. They don't even have a bonus versus large, and they're beating them quite heavily. Oh my god, they actually beat war lions. So let it be known that all you need are Knights Errant to beat war lions, as long as they get a good counter charge. Interesting, interesting. All right, so war lions have been tested. Good against killing hounds, bad against cavalry. Versus infantry, obviously they'll do their job. That doesn't require really testing. But against the units that will defend their archers, not so great. So they have to be really important. But Rahaga's Pride could be a pretty big difference. But let's see here. Altharian, where is my boy Emmerich? Dragonhorn, Lord of Dragons. I'm not gonna... Okay, I will take Starlance. Let's go Chaos. Kolek. With full kit, Emmerich is quite a bit more expensive. Emmerich should win this. If Emmerich doesn't win this, I'll be really surprised. Ninja Pingwing? I could definitely test that. I will do more of the fun, well, like, just because unit testings later on, but this is more like matchup testing. My experience with Warriors of Chaos is Warrior Chaos actually have a really good matchup against High Elves. But let's see here. Come on, go attack me. Hopefully the AI will use his buffs. That's the one thing about using AI as your enemy lord. Sometimes they don't use buffs very well, like Grimgor. So that's a breath attack. There we go. Now charge me. Do it. Oh, he did use his Dragonborn Star Lance. Did he debuff? Yeah, so he uses everything. That's good. Oh my god, I'm not getting... Kolik's not getting any hits in. My god, Kolik's actually getting eaten. Oh no, he's getting a few swipes back. My goodness. What is this animation? Kolik's animation where he just like rears his head forward. I will say this, Kolik has way better animations than Emmerich. Every time Emmerich hits him, Kolik will get like at least 1.5 or 1.2 hits. Lord of the Storm him? Nah. That's not what's it called? That's never going to happen in a battle. Oh, it might. So, Kolik does lose, but he's so... Emmerich, I hate Emmerich because... I know you love him, Ninja, but he's just so expensive on a dragon. Like, 3,300 versus Kolik, 2,800, and Kolik just loses by just a tiny bit. Yeah, for sure. Heavy RNG. Even with all the buffs. So expensive for a lord that just really doesn't bring enough. Dragonhorn is really it. Unfortunate. And who wants to bring Emmerich on a horse? Oh wait, his horse actually has a name. Interesting. So both of them have a name. Alright, this was always meant to be a relatively short stream. I'll do a few more tests, and this will be more of the fun ones, I suppose, because High Elves, there's not too many units. Ooh, Rangers. I can't forget about Rangers. Sorry about that. Rangers are much less used in my experience, though. Like, I don't see him use too many matchups. I guess a good matchup would be Rangers versus Battle Pilgrims. Where are the Battle Pilgrims? Or the Battle Peasants? They're actually the exact same cost. Battle Pilgrims have generally... Let me compare stats. Battle Pilgrims straight up just have better stats, except for speed. Wow. But it doesn't take account for the bonus versus infantry and the physical resistance that Rangers has. So let's see how this goes. I didn't expect Battle Pilgrims to have better stats than the Rangers, though. So we've got 90 versus 90. Let's see how this goes. We have a better charge bonus. Our Frenzy is going to go off. They do have their martial prowess, so they have better melee defense than us now. We still have better melee attack. The armor, we have 30 equal armor. Well, this is a very even unit, actually. Come on, Battle Pilgrims. I do think the Rangers will win in the end because of that bonus versus infantry, though. Wow, that one Ranger right there just got wrecked. I wonder if it'll turn it out once they lose their martial prowess. Yeah, it's going to be a win for the Rangers since they're more specialized in anti-infantry. Because Rangers do not have shields, and I suppose that's got to pay for somewhere. One thing I really want to test, though, will Rangers beat Crypt Ghouls? Alrighty. So Crypt Ghouls are like really, really good against spear units and archer units. So specifically like Lothar and Seaguard. So I've been wanting to bring them in the Vampire Count versus High Elves matchup lately. They get destroyed by arrows, of course, but they're only 500. And versus Rangers, now High Elves don't usually bring Rangers that often, but if they do, it's going to be, I would say, Vampire Counts to kill Chaff. Maybe Skaven, Bretonnians. Well, Bretonnians, they have so much cav, you don't want to bring it too much. And maybe... I'm trying to think of other matchups where they bring Rangers. Yeah, that 20% physical resistance actually quite really effective. Now, this is 100 costing less. This is more so for myself, to be completely honest. Since I play vampires, I want to see how well Crypt Ghouls will deal against the Rangers. Because they deal really well with spears, and we already know that, though. Oh god, these Crypt Ghouls are going to get annihilated, aren't they, with their low armor? You know what? They're paying 500 cost less, and they've done 50% less damage. That's not cost efficient for the Crypt Ghoul, so don't bring them against Rangers. All right. Noted. All right, just a few unit tests left, and then we'll do one goofy one that Arista wanted me to do. Where's Tomb Guard? So I do think that Rangers are probably their best tools, mainly because they have Chaff Kill. Yeah, VP. Oh yeah, VP too. But Tomb Kings can bring Tomb Guard in the matchup. And I think they're pretty good in that matchup, to be completely honest. Let's test that. I totally forgot. So yeah, I think Rangers would be really good in the VP matchup, actually. Those chaff killing. Alright, Tomb Guard. How well do the Rangers clear you? This is Tomb Guard's biggest weakness, right? They have such low armor. Remember, Rangers are 150 cheaper. Oh my goodness. They're actually losing. I think the Tomb Guard are going to lose this. Actually, no, once they lose their martial prowess, though. That physical resistance makes such a huge difference, though. The balance of power in Tomb King favor. Yeah, Rangers, in the end, I think the fear is what's going to make them lose. Like the Undead Fortitude. But Rangers actually trade really effectively against Tomb Guard. So maybe bring them a few in the Tomb King matchup. To clear that chaff. I think most of the times when you do beat Tomb Kings, it's actually not because you kill their monsters. It's because you kill all their chaff and they have nothing left to do, but they can't cycle charge anymore, which is very important for them. The problem with Rangers again, the VP matchup, I suppose they get bombed, right? Because they don't. Tomb Kings don't rarely bring their actual archer unit. This is the real test, though. Black Ark versus Rangers. Black Arks are literally just 50 costing more. And they won't get their murderous prowess. So knowing that the Black Ark Corsairs will not get murderous prowess procced, will the Rangers still win, even though the Black Arks are 50 more? Although, admittedly, there's like no reason to bring Rangers versus Dark Elves because you know they're going to bring Scourge Runner chariots. You know they're going to bring those Scourge, those repeater crossbows on horse. So it won't be too worth it. I do like the different formations though. The Rangers having a wide formation is so useful for taking less projectile hits. Black Knight Corsairs. I think the main difference here is the armor. So with that armor, is it enough to beat the martial prowess / physical? Is armor better than physical resistance? This is really what the test is. And right now, armor is doing better than physical resistance. And even without murderous prowess, I think they're going to win this. It'll be close though. I just realized that these two units are almost like the same exact counterpart. Yeah, of course, High Elves and Dark Elves have the same. Yeah, Scourge Runners. That's a unit. That was a unit I had to test exclusively in the last stream before they got nerfed. Man, they were so insane. They beat you Shabti in a shootout, which was just insane. Yeah, Black Orc Corsairs. They do win. The armor is more effective than the physical resistance, it turns out. For the High Elves, is there anything more I really want to test? The Chariots are just cycle charging. The Pride, Rahaga's Pride would be the only one I think about. The Phoenix is just another single entity. Over on the Greenskins side, I don't think they got any infantry that's really... They got trolls and stuff, but they'll rout. So they don't have really good testing material, mainly due to the fact that you need to have like ITP auras around them, and it's not about them being by themselves, it's more about the fact that they're supported, right? No new infantries. Mainly snotling pump wagons. I do want to test this, though. Will basic goblin plus snotling pump wagon beat a Silverin guard? So this is almost the same cost. I think this is a pretty good combo right here. Snotling Wagon plus Goblin. No. Alrighty, boys. I will be using one Wa. Now they're actually moving forward here. They better use their charge defense. I think it'll be very common to get a snotling pump wagon. The goblins get into combat, and they'll be like, all right, so now they don't have their charge defense. Snotling pump wagon. It is pretty known that High Elves have a tough matchup against Greenskins, but honestly, I think everybody has a tough matchup against Greenskins right now. Oh, they did get they did brace at the last second. That's cool. God, the animations, though, are so cool. Thing is, the snotling pump wagons actually push through the goblin support, so they no longer get like that really effective, like that where they take less damage. My God, these guys are so, you know, considering say they're so devastating, they have 3 kills, but they've been doing HP damage. Let's say my micro is really bad, I only get 1 charge in. That poor guy. Goblin and a Snotling. You know, goblins and Snotlings really don't look that different. That's going to be a greenskin win. Oh, the bait. Not by much. The goblins take a lot less damage than you expect, and they have so many models. So Snotling pub wagons, they'll deal well with. That's a combo you can definitely have, but rough one for high elves. This is such a tough. Greenskins are so powerful now, man. I think they rocketed up to top tier. Yeah, animations of the pump wagons are indeed insane, as well. God, they're almost like mini. They have that rocking movement of like the mini Doom wheels. I'll have one more real test. I think I'm going to do this. Orc Boar Boy Biggins with their new armor buff. Let's see how well they deal. So a lot of people have been using these to like sort of defend their back lines, but how well can they do in the anti-cav fight? They're like 950. What's a good comparison? I think we're done with like real testing now. We'll do some fun ones, or quote unquote fun ones, and then I'm going to end the stream. Where's the Grail Relic? Grail Relic is how much costing? 500. My god. Never had a corpse card as a lord. Where is my 500 costing corpse card? Yeah, the best one, the Unholy Lodestone. Let's get in the pit. Yeah, 450 costing Doom Flayers. Very balanced. Although, admittedly, I don't see them being brought that often. Because, I don't know, the Greenskins tend to play more defensively lately with their Doom Divers and their Archer lines, while Snotling Pump Wagons are more so for like a breakthrough. Alrighty, my corpse card is ready.
A new order comes.
Oh, he's going to get a counter charge in. This is going to be a close one. Now let's look at the different stats. I've got a 10 in melee and 22. They've got wow. Grail Relics actually have pretty decent stats with their frenzy on. And the weapon strength is quite a big difference. But I have regeneration and I'm unbreakable. This will actually take forever. I regenerate faster than it deals damage to me. Is this guy regenerating or something? Or have I just not landed one hit yet? Yeah, I'm regenerating faster. Come on. Land one hit. Balance of powers in the corpse cart's favor. This is not stupid. This is the best unit testing that you've ever been seen. He's regenerating faster. Oh no. He's regenerating so many hit points because he has 6 hit points per second. Aristo told me to do this. So I have to. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. They actually just don't kill each other. Yeah, too bad. I'm going. Goodbye. Alright, I don't think there's really any unit testing left for me to really want to do. I think I'll be ending the stream there. Thanks guys for watching. This was just more of an information stream. Nothing too entertaining. I'll probably do an actual quick battle stream or something like that in the near future. I have been pretty busy lately. I did just presented that I'm going to do D&D session for the DBD clan, and then I still have my normal D&D sessions I need to be running. So, other than that, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you later. Oh, by the way, I'll be doing something on this upcoming Saturday. That's pretty cool. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, catch you guys later, and have a good one.